Bo Bell,
What's up, man?
you got about 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Why, man? What you trying to do? I'm driving right now.
That's cool, man. I'm already recording, man. We talking GP, baby.
I knew it. I knew it. What's up, man?
But real quick, man. So yesterday, I mean, me and you talked briefly, whatever. But I mean, the if we would call the Spartan Dawg father GP, then he passed, man. And I just was wondering, like, did it hit you? Did it make you reflect, or what'd you think about it, or how'd you process that yesterday, man?
Well, it's one of those things, man. Is um, I gave him his honor and his respect while he was living. You know what I mean? So he was that before he passed, but him passing kind of like I doesn't mean I honor him more. You know what I mean? It's just something like that's my coach, and so that's why I've been saying since he passed is, man, my coach died. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's my coach. You have Pop Warner, you have middle school, you have high school, you have college, you have the NFL. But that's my coach because that dude believed in me like other schools did. But the story I'm telling, 17 years old, high school, uh, haven't made a decision on school. GP and Norm Parker come to my mother's house. We're in the basement, and he complimented my mom on the young man I was becoming, and I had an offer to come there. He would love to have me, and he said to me, Myron, even if you don't come to Michigan State, you will play on Sundays. And so me being a kid, I'm like, 2 or 3 days go by, I'm like, play on Sundays. And finally hit me like, this cat think I could play in the NFL, or I got the ability to play in the NFL,
Really?
right? Yeah, man. And so I'm like, man, love who love you. You know what I mean? So
He,
all
he
the other
you you
schools,
you knew he saw something in you, huh?
yeah, he seen it early, bro. He seen it early, and I grew up a Steeler fan, so I knew about the steel curtain and that he coached them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm like, well, you know what? You know, everywhere else I went, it just didn't fit, man. But GP is man, you got somebody with those credentials that believe in you, man. You better go that way because they know. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I went that way, and the crazy thing is, man, his whole program, I later found out, is ran like the damn Steelers, bro.
Right.
Because lo and behold, I get drafted, 94, fifth round, and I get there, and it's grueling, man. To most people, I'm like, I've been doing this for 5 years.
Right.
I mean, running PTs and weight, everything, bro. So what he did is everything he did in probably everywhere else, including Pittsburgh, is put all of that into us, and that's why the brand of football he has is old school and toughness and all those type of things because these cats just wasn't still curtain on the field. You know what I mean? Off the field, they were some monsters too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what he was creating, and us as young men why he was there. And the thing is, he pouring that in us. What you think we pouring to the kids we coaching and our own kids?
Right.
So he's a legacy. You know what I mean? Drop the mic.
Right. So then on there, boo, what like you said that you you honored him when he was here. That was like a little, it just made my hair stand up. But how did you let him know that you were grateful for the opportunity and for what he did? I mean, when you say that, was it ever a conversation, or you just thanked them, or what
No,
was it?
that's the thing about it, man. I may have seen him one time, maybe, and it was before a game or in passing, and wasn't much said, man. But I think I believe in a spiritual connection, and sometimes you ain't got to say the word. You can look at somebody, and he gave me a smile like a proud pops, bro, and tilted his head, hey Myron, and kept going, and that was it. He seen me like a little kid looking at him, like waiting to embrace him, but it was something in transition, and it was like an urgency, like I can remember like before a game or a, when I seen him, and that was my last time seeing him. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I honored him then, like he's the reason, man. He the reason, bro. He the reason. God sent him into my life to get me where I am today, bro. And I believe that in all my heart.
So then on there, Boo Bell, so we always say, like, I mean, it's a lot that happened under GP, and it's kind of
Right.
like none of us knew each other, but we all great friends. And he assembled all of these characters. Can you talk about the? I guess if you was to say there was a player that's a GP type player, or somebody else to be like he wouldn't fit in with this right here. What type of people was GP putting together, or what? You know what I mean?
Well, what the thing is, bro, is like you know what it is. Like I don't know who this for, but I'm gonna say it like somebody, and I'm married now, but somebody asked me like, what kind of girl you like? I like what I like. You know
Right.
what I mean? It could be light, it could be dark. You know what I mean? It could be, you know what I mean? I know it when I see it. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just nice smile. Got a couple of features that's a must. But other than that, I like what I like. I can't describe,
Right.
the perfect thing to you. And so it was those type of people who we recruited. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't a Notre Dame cat. It wasn't a Michigan State. It wasn't a Michigan cat. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's a Michigan State cat, and you know what that is. And
Right.
that's known worldwide in the league. Where you go to school at? Michigan State. Oh man, y'all be banging.
Right.
I mean,
So you was hearing that on the other side once you got there, that reputation was in
oh,
place.
it's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's
because
true.
they always be like, y'all Michigan State niggas is crazy, or what?
Yeah,
Y'all wild, or
always,
y'all
always,
like to party
always,
and kick it, and
always, always,
yeah,
always. And that's the thing. Like, I guess when you go on your visit, it's either for you or it's not. You know
right,
what I mean? And I jumped head first in, bro.
right,
I jumped head first in. I'm up there and they're getting ready for the Gator Bowl. You know, Dre Rison, Travis Davis, Jason Ridgway, Big Bill, Courtney Hall. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm at home.
right,
And I'm like, dog. And other places, Tennessee and West Virginia was at the top, and I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
right. So then,
Nah,
Boo
this ain't
Bell.
it.
So now, like, okay, so now, can you? I'm imagining 17-year-old Boo Bell and grown Boo Bell, and
Right.
through the process. So did y'all relationship evolve, or it just always was GP your dude? I love Myron Bell. I'm his type of guy, and it kind of fit, or was it hard at first? Did you ever think about transferring, or you just was like, this is it?
Nah, bro. It was that. Like I was his guy, and and I was one of his guys, and just for him embracing me as that, man, I run through a brick wall for him. You know what I mean? And
Right,
he was for me. You know what I mean? The only time I thought about leaving is when he was talking about leaving.
right.
I'm like, if GP leave, I think it's for the AD or for Green Bay job. I call my mama crying, man. If this guy leave, I'm gone. You
Really?
know what I mean? Because that cat believed in me, and if he ain't here, it's just different. Because he created this little world that we all are in.
Right. So
Yeah.
then now you done coached. Your son done played D1. Do you find yourself using some of his life lessons, or saying some of his sayings, or thinking of them, or whatever, from time to time?
Man, who drives the dummy? What else? Uh, man, so many of them,
If you're
man.
5 minutes
What else?
early, you're 10 minutes late.
It was late. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so many things that
Don't
resonated to
nothing
him.
good. What do you say? Don't nothing good
After
happen.
1 o'clock, yeah, man. Just so many, so many. He's talked to us. He can tell when you wake up and you own one. I
Right.
guess you had a cup of soda pops last night, huh? So he knew, man. He been there, done that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
So that's what
So
they say. Real recognize real, huh?
real, man. He know, bro. He know, man. He know. And those are the type of cats he got. And I'm telling you, man, it came from probably his upbringing, but but what I think with the finished project of what he was trying to get, he got it in Pittsburgh, and then he started injecting that stuff into young men, bro. And if you couldn't take it, I mean, it wasn't a place for you.
Right.
And it was obvious, you know what I mean, who wasn't that guy, but who was that guy. We still embraced him, but we knew, like, he don't get down like we get down. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a Spartan dog. Then it's within the Spartan dog. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Now, so GP, his characteristics, I always say one of the things I remember is GP took the blame for everything. Like, you know what I
So,
mean? I done seen him stand up for a whole bunch of people or get in front of the media and act like it was him and, you know, and kind of shield his players. Was there ever
that's
a
why.
situation where he stood up for you?
Man, that cat stood up for me from the time I ran in there to the time I left. But man, to this day, I ain't passed the sprint test the whole time I was there in 5 years until the last year.
Right.
And still ain't made the mile and a half. You know what I mean? But I was his guy. You know what I mean? He knew that wasn't my strength, but he knew once we strap him on, I die for that cat on that field.
Right.
And he knew that. And I killed myself trying to make the darn sprint test. You
Right.
know, cats that was there, before y'all, you know what I mean? My first year. Can you imagine how you felt your first year? I felt like that all 4 years running that stuff,
Right.
you know? So, but I was his guy, but I didn't take it lightly. But because I was his guy and he believed in me, I never really got a punishment for that. Like, got demoted and nothing like that. It was like, you know what I mean? And I know probably, the other coaches probably wanted to, make an example, kind of show, if you don't come right, this happens to you. But I never had to face that because GP believed in me.
Right. So then, too, real quick, Boo Bell, what do you think? You know, it's been some people. I think I heard two good things. One, somebody was talking about it'd be dope. They put the Block S on maybe next year, but Dre came with the best idea I done heard off the top of his head. He was like, man, they should change that George Perles way or George Perles walk, the walk from the Duffy to the football building. And he was like, man, it'd be dope if they put bricks down there of his former players or whatever. So when people walking from the Kellogg Center to the football field, they taking the George Perles way walk. Would that be dope? Or
And hey, that's I'm in. I'm in. Where we get started at?
yeah,
Yeah, where we get started at? Ain't nothing gonna top that. I don't care if you ask a million people. That's it right there.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, and then last thing, with GP, right? We was there, and he ain't never fired nobody, man.
I'm trying to
Can
think.
you I mean, but he had a theme of like you reiterated it if you was one of his guys,
Right.
whether coaching, administration, players, or whatever. That's kind of like we always say is rules to the game, and I felt like he was operating with some rules to the game. Can you halfway, if people didn't play for him, kind of talk about that side of him and kind of them rules? Like he seemed like he had some rules, like he seemed like he had some street, sense to him or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's, I mean, that's it. Like he was, man. It's hard to explain. It's like what we were. Like I said, some people from our actions could call us a gang. Some could say a fraternity. Some could say a mafia. You know what I mean? It's
Mm,
just a secret code of this is how we get out. If I got to tell you how we get out, we must don't get out. You know
right,
what I mean? It's something that's already written, and you like, yeah, I'm with that, and you roll with it.
right,
And so, you do what you got to do to get by, or you do what you got to do to get your brothers by, and you make it roll, you make it happen. Long as the other side is doing the same for you.
right,
You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of, I guess that's what you call a secret code or whatever you want to call it. But it's like you know what it is. You
right,
know what I mean? From not what you're telling me, from what you're showing me.
right,
And that's kind of how it is.
right. All right, well, cool, good deal.